Do you believe Bible as book, as word of God, word by word?
Well, no, not every single word, no.
Huh?
Not every single word is from God in the Bible. It's not. Not every single word. The Bible is a human work. We accept that. Simply inspired by God.
So you think
In the same way that like you can be happy one day. Wait.
I got your argument.
1 second. Let me say this.
I'm not even
1
questioning
second.
this. The one you are saying that it can be inspired by God. I'm not
But
questioning that.
what I mean by that? What does I mean by inspired? What do I mean by it?
You said it can be revelation.
Yeah, but what do I mean by inspiration? What do I mean by it?
Inspiration by
I'm trying to give an example.
God's gift to a man.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you mean.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Think about, for example, if you're a writer or poet maybe, and then you go through some kind of emotion. You're sad or you're happy or you're in love. And then suddenly, because of that emotion, you start to pen down things that are completely new, that you haven't written before, but are being driven by the emotion that you have.
But he
In that same
answered
way-
that he answered.
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. We'll eat later.
To that he answered, Jesus is word.
Okay. Yes.
Jesus is God.
Yes.
I was like,
So Jesus
I
is
told
God.
him, I
So
told
the
him,
words
I'm not-
that he says are the words
I
of
told
God.
him that the thing you are telling me, I did not even question that.
Okay.
That was not even my question. You are answering something I did not even ask.
So what is your question then?
That was my first question. Is it a word to word of God?
Not every single
You
word
said
in it,
no.
no.
You said
Not every single word in it, no.
Yeah, accept.
We take inspiration. Yes,
That's
certainly,
it, that's it.
there are components where God directly is speaking to Moses, speaking to Abraham, speaking to the Jews. Absolutely, we accept that. Those are in there. But the entire thing, word for word, isn't just God
Then I
talking the
asked
entire
him,
time.
then there was other guy with him. He was with him.
Okay?
He said, we believe in the God of Abraham.
Yes.
We believe in the God of
Of Isaac and
Isaac
Jacob.
and Jacob.
Yep.
And prophets before that.
Okay.
That's what they said.
Okay.
I said,
Like
when
Noah.
was Jesus born?
Yep.
He said 2,000 years from
Roughly.
I mean before now,
Yep.
from now.
Yeah.
I said, when was Abraham born?
Yeah.
He said 6,000 years.
Roughly, something like that. Yeah.
I said, how does it make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me finish off. Sure. Okay.
I said, okay, so who did they believe in? Abraham, Jacob, and others.
Yep.
They said they believed in Jesus as God.
Yep.
I said, how does that make sense that a person you are telling me was born
Yep.
was born 2,000 years
Yeah.
before now,
Yep.
and the other guy and the other prophets
Is born
Abraham,
4,000 years
6,000
before.
years? How does it make sense?
Because
he
prophets
said he kept
literally-
visiting. He said Jesus kept visiting.
Yes.
These things were not making sense to me. How can you tell someone I was born in 1989?
Okay.
Do you think, for
Very
example, if
simple. In the same way that you would take that Abraham, who lived 3,000, 4,000 years, whatever you might have before Christ, would be able to talk about Christ and believe in him as a prophet, you can see the future. That's how.
Jesus can talk about that. That was not my question. They said
That's how.
Abraham believed
Yes.
Jesus
Because
as
of the
God.
prophets, yes, he did.
I said, how is it possible a man
Because he saw the future. Christ showed it to him.
how?
He showed him the future when he came to visit him.
So how can he believe something? For example, we don't believe Muhammad as God. If
Okay.
he says something and it's getting fulfilled now, that is not the premise of our iman. That's not the premise of our belief.
But it shows you how somebody can
No,
tell
it can
of
be
something in the
inspired,
future.
Yeah. Abraham was inspired by God.
Yep. And through the inspiration, he heard the gospel.
Jesus was inspired.
That's what Jesus Christ says in
Yeah,
the New
Jesus was
Testament.
inspired by God.
No, he was God.
Did he say that he was God?
Yes.
Don't give me the verse of I and God is one. Apart from that,
But why not?
that's not even. If someone has to say, if you had to say, what's your name?
My name is David.
David.
Yep.
You had to say, I'm David.
Yep.
Would you say, what's your father's name?
Let's just say it's David as well.
How can you say it's David?
Okay, it's Daniel.
Daniel. Would
Yeah.
you say Daniel and David is one?
I wouldn't because we are two different
Exactly.
people. Now,
How do
so-
you expect
perfect.
someone to understand this
Okay,
verse
right.
as me and God is one when they are two completely different?
Okay, because it's then meaning the opposite, right? Of the example you gave. In the same way that I can't say that I am one with my Father, because we are two different human beings, if Christ says that he is one with God, that means he is united with God in a sense that no other thing is.
If you are different from your Father,
And,
how
okay,
can he be?
so
Maybe
in the
if
same
you are
way,
saying, if you tell me that
I am a different human
certain
being.
characteristics like he had empathy and sympathy for other human beings, he
Well,
was like God,
okay.
I accept that.
even if you said that, that would still make him God.
How?
For example, when you have Allah and his names, no human being can claim his names, correct?
Name is different.
No, but no human being can claim them, correct?
If you say,
Just answer my questions. That's my question. No human being can claim
Why
them
not?
because they are unique to God. Keep this in mind. If Jesus Christ is then saying that in a certain respect, like with the names of God, I am one
yeah,
with
he's
him,
merciful like that
means
that doesn't make him God.
That doesn't make him God because no one else can have the name.
I'm saying you are giving yourself two different examples. You are saying, okay, keep it. I know that. I have heard this verse multiple times.
What does it mean?
Huh?
What does it mean? Revelations 1:17. What does it mean?
Fear not, I am the first and the last.
Yep.
And the living one.
Yep.
I died.
Yep.
indeed. How does it make sense? I lived and I died.
In the flesh. But don't forget, at first he says, I am the first and the last.
That's
Do
what
you-
I'm saying.
Do you know why it's special? In the Old Testament, God calls himself the first and the last.
Deuteronomy 18:18. Open that. Deuteronomy 18:18. What is it?
I will raise up from them a prophet like you, Moses, from among their brothers,
Who is this
the
prophet?
Israelites.
Who is this for?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes?
Like you. Like you.
Yep. Like Moses.
Moses was God.
Yep.
He was also God.
Sorry?
Was he also God?
He wasn't, no.
So if I'm telling you, I will raise, if God is telling, I will raise among you someone like you.
Okay.
Who will, no, wait.
Oh.
Then keep it there.
All right.
18.
Okay.
They are right in what they have spoken. I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brothers.
Yep.
Is God saying, I will give you another God, or is he saying, I will raise a prophet?
I will
Clearly,
raise a
you give
prophet.
me-
So the incarnation of Christ, the Word of God becoming flesh, is a prophet.
That's you making the story
No,
and take
hear
what's
it,
written
hear
here.
it, hear it, because there's more written that I can show you as well.
Come on.
This isn't the only thing. Okay, now
Thing you showed me.
listen.
I
We
read
believe.
that.
Yep.
Now you read this for me
No, but
and
you
make
see,
me understand what does it mean.
you didn't explain to me what the other one meant. So you told him to hop on
Yeah,
something else.
I did. No,
you
I
didn't.
did.
What did you say?
said he's the first.
Yep.
He said I'm the first
Okay.
and the last.
Who else can say that about God?
He said I'm the first and the last.
Okay, what does that
I
mean?
read that.
What does that mean?
What does this mean?
What does that mean?
Then-
I asked you
okay,
first, right? What does it mean?
Okay, accepted. You said what you mean by that.
What does it mean?
is
Tell
he
me.
was first, he was last.
Meaning what?
Meaning what? What is that?
What does being the first and the last mean?
He was first and the last.
Of what?
Anything.
So he's God.
If you say he is God, let's say for the sake of argument, he is God.
Would you
Let's
say
say
Allah?
for the sake of argument, he is God.
Okay, wait.
For the sake of-
Would
Let
you
me
say?
finish, let me counter question.
Okay.
Now I am asking you, I accepted your
Let
words,
me
you said,
finish.
for the sake of argument, he
Yep.
is God.
Okay,
So it means
Yep.
the Bible is contradicting itself.
it's not.
Then what does this mean?
What you're seeing here is something that we call a typology. All throughout the Old Testament. Nope. You gotta listen now. Yes, you asked for an answer. I'm giving it to you. A typology.
How
We-
is it typology?
Very simple. We see
Why
throughout
didn't you
the Old
change it then?
Testament, it's not about a change. You need to understand what typology is. A typology is an indicator.
When Jesus, okay.
Let me finish.
You would be able
Let
to
me
answer
finish.
this, I know that.
Let me finish.
No Christian would be able to
It's
answer.
simple. A typology is an instance in which it is foretelling what we can expect of the Messiah.
Yeah, so
One of the things we can expect of the Messiah is that he will be a prophet.
he is not saying.
Listen,
and-
let me finish.
Sure.
One of the things, because there's more things I can show you them. One of the things that we can expect is that he will be a prophet like Moses. What does this mean?
It means that he
He will be
a
somebody-
man who I will send as a prophet. He will have a human-like characteristics, just like Moses have.
No.
That's what it means. Yeah,
no.
I will,
What
had
made
it been that God is telling, I will give you another
Think
God.
about all the distinctive features of Moses, right? Why do we know Moses? Not because he was a human, not because he was a
They were all
prophet,
humans,
but
including
because
Muhammad. They were all
of what
humans.
he did So, in that way,
Still they are humans.
in that way, what you will see
Is-
with the
do you
Messiah,
believe that human is the
listen,
one
let me
who-
finish.
the one who's-
what you will see with the Messiah
who is born-
is that he will be similar to Moses in that
Just a minute,
you
just a second.
he will speak openly and with God in a public area in the same way that Moses did, and people will hear the voice of
It's
God.
not even
He
said
will
here.
perform
He is
miracles.
saying, I will send to you a prophet among your
And I am
brethren."
trying to tell you what is a prophet like Moses.
Why was Jesus?
Give me the
why was
scriptures.
Jesus, okay, do you,
Let me finish. Next, he
you
will
believe
also
Jesus-
be able
do you
to
believe
talk
Jesus
to
died?
God face
Do
to
you
face.
believe Jesus-
Don't hop. Let me answer this one first,
on.
right? He will also be able to talk to God
he
face to
was
face.
also doing the same
in the
thing.
same way
You people
that
are
Moses
answering me
did.
the question I'm not even asking.
Nope, you did ask me a question.
I'm asking
You
you,
asked
tell
me
me
to
the meaning
explain
of
this,
this,
and I'm
yeah.
telling you, and you keep trying to jump away. Stand still, hear the explanation, and then we can move on.
I'm asking.
Therefore,
Precisely about this verse,
I told
tell me
you,
what it is.
this is the typology of Jesus Christ, that he will be a prophet in the likeness of Moses.
Yeah.
He will perform great miracles like Moses did. He will talk to God face to face like Moses did, and he will be able to talk to God, and other people around
Talk
him
to who?
will hear it.
Talk to who?
Talk to God.
Who's God?
God the Father in this instance. So Moses spoke to the Son, the Word of God.
Yeah.
But in the instance of the incarnation, the Son, the Word of God, is speaking to the Father, who is also God.
Okay.
So that's what this
let's-
means.
For the sake of argument,
Hey, it's
For the sake of
I
argument,
guess it's all the way over
I
here.
accept your translation.
Okay,
of this verse.
awesome.
Accept. Now, when he came as the incarnation of God,
Yep.
what became of the Father?
Father is still the Father. No, nothing changes. God doesn't change.
So there are two gods.
No, there are two persons of God. So there's actually three persons of God.
How is that?
So think it like this. You know how the Quran tells you that Allah is unlike His creation? Yeah? That means that it's impossible for Allah to be one person. If He's one person, then He's like His creation. Allah can't be zero persons, because if He is, then He's unlike His creation in a way that would mean that He can't interact with us. But if He's more than one person, then in that way He can be unlike His creation.
You're playing language
Okay, wait,
gymnastics.
wait,
I will tell you something.
wait, tell me.
Here is a steel. Here is a
Okay.
steel. Here is a steel.
Sure thing, sure thing.
Light. What's it
Okay.
called? Light.
A light bulb, whatever, yeah?
And there's a tree.
Okay,
They have two different characteristics.
they do.
They're two different things.
Okay,
If this thing is not similar to that,
Okay.
doesn't mean that does not exist.
wait, that's
Two things.
That's a bad example. Don't forget
How is it bad
that
example?
sorry, you just quoted me two objects that are inanimate. Basically, they have no personality. They're just like rocks. They have no life in them,
It's like
right?
you two. Let's say they're
Okay.
not human beings. Let's
Okay.
compare human beings.
Okay.
You and him.
Yep.
You are not similar to him.
Okay.
He is not similar to you.
Right, but we have some similarities. He is not completely different from me.
Yeah.
We have similarities.
He has some similarities.
But Allah
that
is
does not
completely
negate
different.
No, that does not negate his presence.
I didn't say that. I said to you that if Allah is completely unlike His creation, then He cannot be one person, because I'm one person. That's why. Simple.
Like
So
he is,
that would mean.
there is no. I asked you what happened to father.
Okay,
You said
wait.
He sent another.
Okay,
prophet.
wait. If I say that a bicycle is unlike a unicorn with 7 heads.
Sorry, are you supposed to be filmed?
Yeah.
It's not filming you.
It was, I think. But
He doesn't care.
no, not my problem. If you say that a bicycle is no way similar to a unicorn with 7 heads, that means that there's no similarity whatsoever. For example, one of them actually exists in reality, a bicycle. A unicorn with 7 heads is an imaginary thing that doesn't actually exist in reality, right? So, in that same way, when we talk about Allah, if Allah is completely unlike His creation, that would mean that He cannot be one person like His creation. He can also not be 0 persons, because He needs to have personhood to communicate with us. So He has to be more than one person.
When you speak,
For that to be true.
When you speak in religious language,
Okay?
you don't say he is a god. He should have eyes like human being.
Awesome. Okay?
He should have nose like human being.
Okay. So completely different, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It cannot. You cannot think if we believe something is perfect. Okay. God is perfect, if you believe God is perfect, you
Okay.
believe Father, if you believe He's perfect,
Okay.
can you imagine perfection?
No, I cannot. Now, look at this. Perfection. If you and me are not perfect, yes? Yeah? But we are also just one individual person. You're one person, I'm one person, yeah? That would mean that for Allah to be perfect, He can't be one person. See that? Easy. The Quran itself tells you.
Doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's forget.
So
let's
wait,
forget
no,
this.
let's stay on this. Okay, let me ask you, how can Allah be perfect and be one person? Tell me that.
There is no correlation with the two. What's
No,
the
no,
point in that?
there is, right? Because you're
I
one
asked
person.
you,
No, listen,
my
here it
question
is.
was- my question
My
was-
friend, you're one person and you're not perfect. So that
my
in that way,
question
if
was-
Allah is perfect,
My
He can't be
question
one person.
was- My question was simple. When you said that God sent Jesus,
Can you
as
answer
his
me, please?
incarnation,
Can you
right?
answer me, please? Answer my
You're not
question
letting
first.
me one question.
No, you're asking me a question, not giving me an answer.
Because it's a baseless question.
It's not.
Can God be like a person? No. Can He not be anything?
No, so He has to be multi-personal. That's what that means.
You cannot reduce Him to the personal level, to personal level.
No,
How
it's,
can you do that?
well, I'm not reducing him,
addition to
but he
being-
has to be more than one person. He has to be. Because if not, then he's like his creation.
For example, if you're creating something,
Okay?
I'm creating this.
Okay?
Okay. I'm creating
So-
an entirely different thing.
So you're creating this,
But I'm a
and
creator.
then you're saying
Wait.
you're
Let me
saying
finish
that
first.
that thing is not like you, meaning that you cannot be a hard plastic shell.
No, it doesn't mean that.
What does it mean?
If I'm saying I made this,
Okay? And it's completely unlike you.
how can you even how can an intelligent person even compare that it can
Okay.
be like a creator?
Okay, wait.
Come on,
Listen.
make sense.
Let's go. You made this thing, yeah? Now, you have also said that this thing is unlike you. Yes? Yes?
Because there is no comparison.
Then
to
let me,
begin with.
awesome. Then let me finish, right? Now, that means that you cannot be a hard plastic object. Yes?
So you're comparing.
Yes?
You're comparing to.
Meaning
what's the-
that if Allah made you and Allah is unlike you, Allah can't be one person. He has to be multiple persons.